Romeo and Juliet is a play so old it even outdated Queen Elizabeth. Made in the year 1597, it's very ancient, but this isn't about the creation of the play, but about the play itself. The first act is a relative snooze fest. Romeo's assistant named Benvolio tries to break up a fight consisting of two servants of the Capulets and the Montagues. When Benvolio tries to break up the fight, Tybalt shows up and fights him instead. A huge brawl spreads out across the marketplace and the prince brings it to a halt. Capulet and Paris talk about normal things that a 14th century person would. When Peter, an assistant of the Capulet, gives Romeo a letter to let Romeo go to a party at the Capulet's household. We aren't talking about this one. All you need to know is that Juliet and the nurse are introduced. With a group of Benvolio, Mercutio, and Romeo, the group talks about dreams and stars on their way to the party. That's it. That's literally it. When Romeo gets to the party, he sees Juliet, and he gets the same thing that a pubescent teen gets. They talk for about a minute when they do the old spit and swap when Juliet is brought away by the nurse. They learn that they are in each other's rival's household and are shocked to say the least. Act 2 starts when Romeo commits a breaking and entering charge on the Capulet's household right after the party. Romeo moves through the yard, hearing Juliet talking about him, not even knowing that Romeo is 2 feet under her. With the rhino peripheral vision out of the way, they talk for 3.4 centuries, then they make a plan to get married. Romeo talks to Friar Lawrence about marrying Juliet. The friar said that Romeo is hopping from girl to girl and needs to take a break. Romeo, being the stubborn type, declines and says that Juliet is different. The friar thinks that this would stop the bloodshed between the families and accepts. The nurse goes to the town and tells Romeo about the marriage coming today. The nurse comes back and she gives Juliet news that she is getting married to Romeo. Then they get married. Act 3 starts off with a bang. Mercutio and Benvolio are walking down the street when they see Tybalt. Tybalt is looking for a fight and attempts to fight Mercutio. Romeo tries to break up the fight, but Tybalt slips a sword around Romeo and stabs Mercutio, killing him. Mercutio curses both of the households for letting him die. Then Tybalt comes back for some reason, and Romeo picks up a sword, killing Tybalt in the street. The prince then sentenced Romeo to banishment. Act 3, Scene 2, Juliet cries. Act 3, Scene 3, Romeo cries. Act 3, Scene 4, Capulets cry. Act 3, Scene 5, Romeo and Juliet cry together because Capulet is forcing Juliet to marry Paris. Act 4 starts, Juliet is sad, go figure, that Romeo is gone and she threatens to kill herself, but the friar helps her and convinces her to take a special remedy that makes her look dead, but she would just be asleep for 48 hours. Juliet has an inner monologue and takes the potion. The nurse walks in on a dead Juliet and everyone on the Capulet side mourns. Act 5 is the final act and the most exciting of them all. It all starts with Romeo chilling in his new home when Balthazar comes out of nowhere with bad news. He informs Romeo that Juliet has died. Romeo is now super sad and plans to kill himself. Romeo goes to buy some poison, then heads to Juliet's burial vault. The friar's messenger, Friar John, says that he couldn't give Romeo the letter saying that Juliet wasn't dead. Romeo gets to the place Juliet is buried and then instantly begins to go inside. Paris comes out and threatens to take him to jail, but Romeo, on a mission, fights back and kills Paris. Romeo then enters the tomb and gives Juliet a kiss and drinks from the poison, killing him. Finally, Juliet awakes from her 48-hour sleep and kills herself too because Romeo is dead. Capulet and Montague then embrace each other, ending the quarrel. The end.